Hi, I'm Rich Holmes, and welcome to Church of Nerd. Join us now for our episode as we... Oh, I forgot to sit you down in the pew, pew, pews.
You could have continued to forget.
Yeah. Everybody says so, but it's part of the zeitgeist now, right? You know. Anyway, to get to today's episode, we are going to speak in general about Star Wars, a love of all nerds, a plethora of content and nerdisms that have grown up through the ages, through all ages, from my ancient ass time to more modern peoples. I believe they call them millennial Falcons. Oh, that's a bad joke.
Oh dear.
And yeah.
You're dating.
Thank you. And I'm dating myself. Anyway, to start off with, and I'm not going to start with Brian because I already know a little bit about his feelings on this, but I'm going to ask our gathered here. I'm sorry, introduce yourself, please.
Jasmine.
Jasmine? Sir Brian? You are?
just said my name.
Okay. And this guy over here. Okay. Hey, and I, again, Rich Holmes. And today I want to start with the dream moment of Star Wars. That moment that you most recall that hit you the deepest part of your childhood, your adult life. What just really grabbed you and said, hey, this is something I want to be a part of. This is something I like, enjoy, or don't like and don't enjoy. But I'm going to not start with Brian. I think I'll go with Andrew first and ask. So, what is that moment for you? That intense Star Wars feeling that you love and cherish.
Man, I think for me, I know you don't particularly appreciate them, but I think for me it was the prequels.
Okay.
You know, like getting to obviously I had seen like A New Hope, you know, and I'd seen Empire Strikes Back, but there was something about like going to the movie theater when I was a little kid and seeing the prequels that was so exciting.
Well, that's your generation, so I mean,
yeah,
I can't
absolutely
discount. I like
you know
the older stuff.
Everybody, we agree.
Yeah.
Phantom Menace is not that great. That's okay.
Yeah.
But it's about the story.
It sure is a movie.
It's about Annikin's fall, and that's
Little Annie.
Little
orphan Annie.
And then seeing him commit various war crimes.
Hold on. One quick thing there.
We will now have to add in.
I really can't appreciate, guys. You have to appreciate how before Darth Maul knew anything about Anakin Skywalker, he still tried to run him over.
He just knew.
Yeah,
He felt it.
it's like one of those games that we play, like Trolley. What is it?
Trial by trolley.
Yeah, who do you run over? It's Star Wars. Anakin, look out!
You're in the middle of the desert. Let me just hit that. That's fine.
What do you think, Jasmine? What's
Jasmine.
Like your favorite moment, or like what sparked it for you?
Well, I mean, so I grew up as a little kid watching the original trilogy at home, and then the prequels came out in theaters, and that was an amazing experience. And I loved episode 3 and getting to see like Anakin turn into Darth Vader and like him turn against Obi-Wan and the conflict and the fight on Mustafar with all the fucking lava. It was so good. But like for me, the moment that I want to go back to more often now that all of the films that have come out so far are here is The Force Awakens.
Okay.
Because it was a female Jedi realizing her power. And for me,
Rey.
that is, Rey. That for me, that is so powerful and like inspiring. And that's the story that I want to revisit most.
Yeah, because it just means a lot to you to see. Right?
This is why I like having this group, because that's a very interesting take on it.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, whether the movies are good or not, whether people like... and that's something that our show is about, is having somebody or something to identify with. And the only thing we don't really have to worry about is we don't have to worry about insulting Wookiees. But I mean, as people go, it must be nice to finally see... And I know there's wars about people doing toxic flaming and bullshit. And... it's about having representation, and I don't understand why people are against that. And it's a good start. I hope to see other people in other roles develop in the new coming Star Wars. So anyway, now I got that.
I mean, there have been some really good ones.
Yeah,
like
no,
Ahsoka
definitely.
Yeah, and she's getting her own series now. I'm really
series.
excited about the Ahsoka series.
I'm
like Bo-Katan on The Mandalorian has been really great.
Oh, well, because that's Katie Sackhoff. I mean, you know, come on.
But even the way that
rocks.
her character is written, like Bo-Katan is...
And I'm voting for a spin-off with Bo-Katan and Katie Sackhoff. But Ashoka is the actress is, oh my God, how can I forget her name?
Rosario Dawson.
Love her, everything she has done and working with the Marvel Universe. I mean, come on, if you followed any of her stuff, it's really good. She was so good that they brought her in through different of the older that wasn't Marvel owned, I think, series. She was in with oh my God, Daredevil. She was with I think she was in a couple of Punishers, anyways. But I mean, she's so good that they could bring her into Iron Fist. I could not think of Iron Fist. She was in Iron Fist. No.
She's not Electra.
She was the same person.
The nurse character.
Oh.
Yeah.
On those ones, the Netflix.
Yeah, and she really kind of pulled that together. Anyway, I sidetracked totally on that one. Now we're going to get to Brian. And what do you feel? What was your moment with Star Wars? And I know there's a huge transition, so...
There are several moments I have with Star Wars. One of the most defining one being when Darth Maul gets cut in half because, it's just a major skill issue. That's kind of it. I don't know who's told him it would be a good idea to front flip over this dude over a hit.
It was not, yeah.
I don't.
And one would think Darth Maul would have known better because he should have been in other sequels. We all know bring back Darth Maul.
He's been back.
Yeah,
and then segueing from that is actually the entirety of the concept of the Clone Wars, the animated series, because shit was wild. It just was. You can't deny that,
dude.
And not just the 3D animated one. Remember the anime one where all the fight scenes were just
the anime one was pretty good
for no reason.
The anime one was pretty good.
Yeah.
And it established General Grievous really well.
Yeah.
And then of course,
better actually. Yeah.
And then of course, who can forget the turn of Anakin Skywalker when he has to go into a room full of younglings
and kill various.
That was.
There's just a couple of moments.
Honestly, that was the best moment in the movie, and not because
I hate it.
Well, yeah, because you don't want to see kids die.
No, I hate it because I didn't feel the transition.
I definitely did.
Are you kidding?
It is written on the wall.
I did not feel that he was dark enough yet to go in and murder little kids.
That was the transition.
It
was, hey man, how dark are you? Are you ready for the dark side? Are you ready? Go kill this room full of kids.
Are you ready to dark side?
He had just killed Mace Windu, which was somebody he had served with for years.
I get that.
And was basically
but that was in a fight.
It was
but
murder.
that was in a fight.
No, it wasn't. He murdered him.
He straight up murdered him.
They had the advantage.
Mace Windu had Palpatine. I literally just watched this movie 2 nights ago.
Wow,
he had the advantage.
Mace Windu is there. He's about to kill Palpatine, and Palpatine's like, "I can't anymore. I'm weak.
I apologize.
Help me.
He makes
You're
the
right.
decision.
And he's like, no, we should hold a trial for him. And he's like, no, we can't. It's dangerous.
That's fine.
To my defense, it's because it's not one of the movies I particularly like.
I've seen
but I'm
that
also
one
getting
probably
old.
the most.
Yeah, same.
It is.
It is my favorite out of all of them.
Right?
Out of all of them. It is
I should have remembered that scene though. I should admit.
There's also the problem with the sequels. Or I'm sorry, the prequels is 2 and 3 are so disconnected. There's that big year difference, and it really takes away from the progression. You're like, what happened in between? That's why the Clone Wars is so good.
That's why it's so long.
Yeah, that's why it's so long too. It takes forever to just finish that series.
Yeah.
You know?
Which brings us then to that's all there is. I should bring my moment. My moment is actually less ranty and wordy than usual. You had me at John Williams.
I mean, yeah.
When I walked into the freaking theater and that music score came out, it already had me.
The opening scroll.
It already had me. That was it. So I mean, there's tons of things I've loved about Star Wars over the years. There's people. I met Mark Hamill, who was the nicest guy I ever met. He talked to me for like 3 or 4 hours at Babbage's, the old electronics store. Nicest guy you ever met. So I mean, I have all these great moments. But that music right from the get-go, it got me. So anyway, that is, I know it's wow, I never go play some of the Star Wars music. It just uplifts you. It speaks to you.
Do you feel like when you were younger and you first heard that, did it give you the space opera vibe?
Oh yeah. And I wasn't even space opera at the time, but I was buying it.
You were
then.
was it like drama for boys, basically?
Oh,
that's what I feel like at the time
everybody.
it was made.
I mean, for everybody. I mean, I will have to say, that some of our nerd culture went definitely biased towards young teenage boys.
Yeah.
But I have to say, Star Wars had a huge following. I was there at the theaters. There was young girls, young boys, and I think a lot of that goes back to my idol, Carrie Fisher, because she was, and we talked about her earlier, and I mean, that was a vibrant character.
I just can't stop thinking about what you said. Wouldn't drama for men have just been MASH?
Well, what I'm saying,
my time too. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, like, if you think of a soap opera, right, which are
That's what I'm saying.
typically more
That's what
targeted
MASH
towards
was.
women, and then you kind of
But not
look
in
at
space.
what Star Wars is. It's like it's just a soap opera.
No,
Yeah,
it's
space.
a political
space-
drama.
I know,
Political
but I'm just saying.
soap
much
opera.
worse.
Hold it. It's
The
a
way-
political soap opera in space.
It is the
With
original.
A space opera
It's
now.
with Space Wizards.
With space
Like,
wizards.
it's literally the original
ticking
space
so
opera.
many boxes.
Yeah.
Like taking all this stuff
How
and
could it-
somehow it works.
People come back from the dead.
We got the
constantly,
Alabama
you know what I'm
faction
saying?
going, you know?
I'm just saying
And their main
it
characters.
makes sense. It makes sense. It's not a bad thing.
Holy
It's-
crap.
it's-
No, hold on. I just thought about that. And you got the Mandalorians who were basically all just like space rednecks who got really good at crafting.
and
Go
then
ahead and tell
built
me
the
I'm wrong.
technological city.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're space rednecks. They got really good at crafting. And then they were like,
Space
yeah, we're really
redneck.
good at shooting too. So,
Hey, that's a myth. We do have factual accounts that the stormtroopers have hit things from time to
No, I'm
time.
saying-
Stormtrooper. No, I'm not talking about
No,
the
we're
talking about
Stormtroopers.
Mandalorian.
I'm talking about the
Mandalorians.
Mandalorians.
Mandalorians they are slightly better at hitting.
They're space
Slightly
rednecks
better.
Slightly.
that just ended
Slightly
up
better.
forging better.
I thank you for catching
They're
this
like, hey,
slightly.
No.
we live on this here, man, with this here metal, and it ain't cutting now. Y'all have it. That's all I hear when I see any of them talk
All
about
right,
anything.
so okay, we've done our rant section here. We'd like to hear from you. Let us know what you think is your moment.
Tell us why we're wrong.
and why we're wrong about something. We love that feedback. But now I'm going to take us on to what do you feel the cultural effect is of Star Wars? I mean, because again, it has affected so many things. It has changed genres. It's changed how people look at things. It's changed how we cast roles. Because again, Carrie Fisher was that was that beginning of strong female characters. I mean, there's just so many things it changed and added to. But I'm going to start with Brian because I know what do you feel is the biggest cultural change that Star Wars has brought to not just here
Easy.
but everywhere?
No, easy. By far, the hugest change that Star Wars has brought across the world is memes.
I could
I'm
see.
not even-
I don't feel like when
So-
it came out, there was a bunch of memes. Going on.
No, listen to me. No, listen. I have an actual explanation for this.
in a meme far away.
I mean, there are a lot of really good memes.
There's so many.
I'm not
So
gonna
I
say
have an
there
actual
aren't.
explanation for this, and so what it is I mean memes in an actual technical sense. It's the ability to transmit a large amount of information with just a picture and a small amount of text. And
okay.
it's as simple as showing a picture of a basically anything made of shiny silver metal with the phrase "hello there," and I guarantee you half the world knows exactly what you're saying.
Hello
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Hello there.
that's true.
Why did I go into Sulu there? I went to Sulu from Star Trek to Star Wars. Star Wars.
But it's things like that. It's the ability and the universality of information. And Star Wars made that one fun bit for the world over because everybody gets it. It's a thing that
I get
everyone in the world is Star Wars banned in.
I'm following
any
that line of
countries?
BS. I like it.
Like it is.
It might be,
could
but
be.
I mean, it's almost
maybe for
definitely banned in some
religious
countries.
themes, but I don't think
But my
so.
point is, it's one of those movies that, like, most of the world has seen at some capacity, and you can reference it anywhere in the world, and someone near you will understand what you're saying.
It is a global phenomenon. I agree with that.
Well, and like back in the day, wasn't it one of the first blockbuster films? Like
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
the first,
Not
but it was
the-
like
it was.
in that first
It
kind of
broke the
was.
box office.
Yes.
yeah,
it
like
changed.
it was one of those initial
People-
ones that
Yeah.
really
Hey, I'm going from back from
It
old
was
man.
like
People waited in
like Indiana
lines
Jones.
in tents.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know of any movie people literally camped out to watch the
Yeah.
Star Wars movies.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean,
man.
that's just a huge effect. So, any other ones? That's a good point.
yeah. I mean. Yeah, there's that, and there's just like I feel like it was one of the first ones too to go and revisit. Like we had the OG trilogy, But then they were really one of the first series to be like, well, what if we went back to this property?
Yeah.
And kind of started Hollywood's obsession with not letting a franchise die.
Yeah.
Well, there's that too. Yeah, definitely.
That is not at all where that started.
No, but I think one of the things is whatever was already there when Star Wars came about, it made it 100 times bigger.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm going to take that from there. What do you think, my friend?
Well, you said like, what does it have to do to affect society? And
culture
I do
and-
think at the time it made people love space a lot more because I think
true.
space was seen as like
The desolate waste.
The last
a desolate
frontier?
waste,
Oh,
like kind of like, oh, why do we even think about that?
Yeah.
You know?
What is the
It's like, why did I
timeline
bother
there?
this?
of what?
What, like, Star Trek to Star Wars, which one was out first?
I think Star Trek
Was
was.
Star Trek first?
Wins
Star Trek
because
wins.
Yeah.
I will say this too. Yeah,
But
well, I
weren't
know
Star
it
Wars
is,
books
but
out
they were
first?
black and white even.
I don't think so. And even then, it's like they came around the same time period.
Yeah.
You know?
Of popularity.
And I think there was a big fascination with space, and then on top of that, having something that you could kind of look at and fantasize with space about. I mean, that's kind of driven a lot of our society today.
you're right, yeah.
Even
'Cause,
you
like-
know, like having like weird holotech and like all these weird little things that even having AI, like pushing the boundaries of science to be more like, well, let's go to space and have like
There's
a
something
futuristic
to that because
society.
they've shown
you know?
that Star Trek and Star Wars, whether factual or not, has driven people to become more interested in the space, in
Yeah.
engineering.
Yeah.
Oh,
in
my
these
good
fields
Lord.
have expanded.
On that exact same topic, let's not forget that these movies and films and media inspire people to go actually create the tech they see because it was
Saying,
cool.
yeah.
Your cell phone.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
We have cell phones because of TV. Oh, actually, probably because
The man who
of the
invented-
military, but
Or
still.
even
Yeah.
having like drones, like
Drones,
like just
dude.
even, I just mean like a camera
like
drone.
automated
Attack of the
service
drones,
bots.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just having something like that is something that
Self-service
people
terminals.
concept years ago, and they were like, "Well, that's not possible.
Right.
You can't."
And that's
even,
where-
even having a computer in your pocket.
Well,
is
that's
like,
oh yeah, no, and that's
we
where I'm
look
gonna
like wizards if we went to the 1800s.
right.
You know?
I'm gonna tangent in and say what I saw happen, and everybody credits this as a level that also brought money and power to these things. Lucas took merchandising to a whole new level, and it was so much so that in Spaceballs, the best ever parody movie,
You mean the Star Wars movie?
yeah, but in that they make fun of, he's like merchandising. It's the number one. What's the most
Look,
important
dude,
thing in
it's
the
not
Force?
his fault. He's just surrounded by assholes.
Yes.
I mean,
No, that's Spaceballs, a great movie. Watch it if you haven't already. I mean, it's just a great parody.
when it comes to stuff like that, I'm almost okay with it to do like big kind of
yeah.
sell out things because that's how you get to the really good stuff. You
Well, that's
know?
what's kept it alive.
Yeah,
too.
like we wouldn't have fucking Mandalorian and Andor
Well, and
and all
like,
these
look what
shows.
Disney has done with it now, with like the areas in their theme parks, and I mean it's closing, but their hotel experiment where you actually stayed
would've been cool,
on the Star
yeah.
Cruiser and
Oh,
had
yeah.
a whole story play out, and like had Jedi training. Like I watched really in depth videos because I wanted to go.
we all want to be a Jedi, and I'm going to pull out. I mean, we have some points here. I mean, all the merchandising here. Ooh, alas, poor Mandalorian. I knew him not so well. I don't know why I went Italian there, but
You're
hey,
gonna make Grogu sad.
I know. I think this is Grogu's helmet by size.
Yeah, that's probably
No
pretty close.
spoilers. Come
You
on,
just need to cut
Grogu
some
needs a
ear
helmet.
holes.
You hear that? You hear that? Marvel, Disney. Grogu needs a helmet. We all know it. We all do. Wherever the Mandalorian goes.
Can't
that
cover his
child
face.
killed.
It's too cute. It sells merch.
And then, okay, so on from merchandise, which again has expanded to a level that we see
Dude,
everywhere.
Here's the bottom line. Star Wars is a cool concept. It spawned cool things. It's got concepts and people talking the world over. It's gotten movies, videos, games, comics, books, magazines. Basically every medium you want to cover, Star Wars is covering right now. It's covered everything it needs to, and it's just going to keep going because we keep feeding into it.
Right.
Whether that's good or bad, really, we have to decide.
Okay, well that's going to be the best that we can do here. And this is a Church of Nerd classic that we know all of you want to talk about, and we want to hear what your ideas are on this topic. We're going to do mashups. What would you best love to see combined with Star Wars? Jasmine, I can see it in you. What would you love? What mashup? What combination of Star Wars and what would you like to see?
Well, you see, there's another sci-fi property that has been going on for many, many years that explores the vastness of space and also the past. Galaxies long, long ago.
Far long ago? Far long ago. Oh, come on. A very classic there. I'm a Doctor Who fan. How old am I?
That'd be pretty cool.
Some of the Doctor Who is older than me. They were black and white movies. I was hooked the first one I saw that. I would love a crossover
It would be
of
really
Doctor
cool.
Who and Star Wars. I think we mentioned this, like David Tennant, Doctor Who meets what character? Chewbacca. I could do that.
I do kind of like the idea of like multiverse kind of time travel type of thing. You know,
Andrew?
that'd be pretty cool.
wanna do-
Actually, they've already done my mashup, unfortunately.
What is the mashup?
Why is that unfortunate? You're the most fortunate.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm sorry. I just meant more like I don't have like something out of the box on this because it's already been done. But they've mixed anime and Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I actually
That
thought that
was
was
really
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
That
I've
was
seen.
good.
They did it with Halo. Remember when they did Halo Legends?
Yeah.
And I liked it. I like when things can be like drawn differently.
The
and stuff
X-Men
like that. You know.
Mix over to
I think it was really smart of them to do it as like a limited series.
Yeah.
I think like a series of shorts is the perfect way to do it. I think if they made like a whole movie, I'd be like,
I wouldn't.
might be a little much. To
It's
do
like the
that,
what if.
you know?
All right.
Yeah, it's like a
All
what
right.
if kind of
So,
situation.
Brian,
What if was great.
My friend Brian, what is your mashup?
I don't actually care.
Come
but you
on.
see, it would be infinitely hilarious to see Star Wars mashed with F-Zero
Okay.
because intergalactic races,
Kinda cool.
and I don't think y'all understand just how wild this is because Captain Falcon legitimately gets his crazy fire powers from his faith in Jesus Christ. That's canon.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
I
That's
didn't know
canon.
that.
That is canon.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
so awesome.
right.
That's so awesome.
And so, like,
Next time I play Smash, you know I'm picking Captain
Hell
Falcon.
yeah.
That's so great to hear.
and so I'm just like, I would love to see Space
Oh,
Wizards
that's
versus
sick.
the most hardcore faith.
That's so sick. Did you look this up?
No, it came across my dashboard, and I was like, "That can't be real." I had to-
Dashboard
I had to
says
look
it.
up,
It
dude.
must be true.
Yes, you did. No, I did. I did examine this after the fact. It's true. It's true.
Wow.
I don't.
Nice. Double time
Yeah,
to wow.
it works.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just stunned.
I also
That's
have
so
just
crazy.
recently discovered Swole Wars. Where you
God.
have like, I mean, Chewbacca's already ripped, but you have like the droids going, "Ugh, I'm swole.
I don't know how that happened.
It's deeply disturbing.
It's
don't know how that
disturbing and
happened.
funny. But I have to say, if I had my mashup, my dream mashup, it would be Spider Jedi, man.
Spider Jedi. Okay.
Man Jedi. Yeah.
Okay.
There's something that speaks to me having Spider-Man become a Jedi. I mean, it just. And again, I think we mentioned that I don't know if his moralities would mix with the Jedi. So maybe he'd go gray Jedi.
But also, how do you use a lightsaber with the webs?
Not
Like,
hard. Not
Oh,
hard.
I'm totally. I'm picturing
so
it. Come on,
remember,
we're
Force powers.
dual wielding Spider-Man.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
nerdy.
okay.
I get it.
Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like that is essentially just what happens when he gets the black symbiote suit.
Oh yeah, or like you remember Mortal Kombat, the movie where he Scorpion, is it Scorpion? Grabs the guy and says, "Come here."
Yeah.
I mean, Spider. I mean, especially if it goes dark side, he like whip, pulls him in, chop, done. I mean, that's.
I
Just
mean, I don't
brutal.
think that's how people are going to be killing. You know, I don't think he'd be wanting.
I don't think
You know?
Spider-Man can kill.
Remember how much he likes throwing shit?
Well,
and
some
he will
Spider-Man
just
can
throw
kill.
a lightsaber, turn
We
it
know
on
that's
midair.
true. You know.
The head.
Okay. Here's a trippy one. His webs, with the force behind them, he can now directionally control where his webs go. They can turn corners. They can go up, down, sideways,
So he's Miguel.
something like that. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Oh,
there's
that's right.
There's that.
Oh, we'll have to get to
Spider-Man.
that layup. Spoiler.
Spoiler, that's just Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Well,
just
because we're going to
random.
talk about other things later, but I think that's going to wrap it up. I've
Dare
had
you
to
be done
I
talking
tell
about
you-
Star Wars.
Wait. Really, really, super fast.
Sure.
Favorite Star Wars iteration, like episode or
Ooh.
like TV show. Just super quick. You
I
already
like
said
that.
episode 3.
Yeah.
Are you
Episode
sticking
3?
with that?
You're sticking with that?
Yeah, I'm
Final answer?
Yeah, that's because I'm with you. That's the one I've watched the most.
Okay, Rich.
Oh, geez, that's a tough one. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's between Empire and Rogue One.
Oh, Rogue One's a really good one
right.
too.
I'm going to go.
That'd be my
As
second.
much as I love Empire Strikes Back, probably one of the best cinematically put together pieces of all time. I'm going to have to go with Rogue One because I like that grittiness, that darkness.
Nice. Brian?
Brian.
The cartoon Clone Wars.
Oh, okay.
It
I can
was
go with
just-
that.
It was too good. It was like all of the fights were unbelievably intense for no reason. None whatsoever, but it was beautiful.
And then there was Space Vietnam.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
Cool.
I like the Bad Batch. I like the Bad Batch from that. But anyway, Rogue One's my final answer. You're probably going to go with...
Firefly. Oh wait, no, that's not Star
you
Wars.
troned
I'm
me!
sorry. No, for me it would probably be either Episode 3 or Force Awakens.
Okay.
Like
Alright.
Episode 3 just has like the nostalgic love for me. I will never get tired of watching. But Force Awakens, it's just that story hits. It's so good.
Force Awakens
Okay.
is out of those. That's my favorite for sure. I do love
Tron.
Force Awakens. I was totally able to forgive them retreading
Right.
territory.
I
was
just
totally fine
rewatched
with
the
it.
whole sequel trilogy, and honestly, like, if you let go of your, like, fanboy opinions and just watch it with an open mind, it is an amazing trilogy. I enjoyed it.
Guys, eventually we have to talk about Tron.
Tron.
That's gotta be the thing.
Tron has definitely got to come up because there's a good Tron and there's a really
She's like-
not so good Tron.
Look, we can't even, you can't even ignore the Tron. That's all because remember
Once
it's all
Star
by
Wars
Disney.
has turned to Tron, it is definitely time to
God.
call the knelling.
We'll talk
bell,
about it eventually.
It's time to move on, and we are doing that here at Church and Nerd.
All right, I'm out of
Send us-
beer. It's
We're out of
time to
beer.
go.
It's beer o'clock. So goodbye from Church and Nerd. Join us next time.